Katrina Smith.
Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday. It's October 5th, 2025. I'm Katrina Smith, and as promised, we'll check in with meteorologist James DeFazio on that fall foliage, see where the best peak spots are at this point right now. James, what's going on in the weather department over there?
We are just blessed this fall with just fantastic weather. I mean, we really couldn't have nicer weather for getting out and enjoying the foliage. It's a beautiful day today, unseasonably warm. Really couldn't be better for getting out and leaf peeping. We're a little bit past peak, both on the high peaks of the Catskills and the Adirondacks, but there's still plenty of color. Our meteorologist Eric Gage is up in Lake Placid. He sent me a photo this morning. It's still very picturesque up there. All of the North Country nearing peak at this point, all of north of I-90 nearing peak, and we're seeing plenty of color across the southern tier as well. There's some greens and reds mixed in locally, but we're definitely nearing peak. Temperatures rising steadily this morning. As you can see, sun across New York State, and that's the story of the day today. Widespread sunshine, and that steadily warms us up. Upper 70s by midday. We're in the low 80s for the entirety of the afternoon and early evening. Coming up, we're going to break down just how unseasonably warm this is, as well as rain actually making its return to the forecast. Katrina?
Thank you so much, James. As the government shutdown lingers,
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. Our beautiful weekend of weather continues, and it's going to be unseasonably warm today. I would say unseasonably hot. It's going to be all the way up into the low 80s. Take a look at downtown Utica, where we're off to an incredibly beautiful start. We have some rays of sunshine peeking in front of the camera, bright blue skies, and that's going to continue for the entirety of the day today. It's going to be downright beautiful. We're already up to 61 degrees, steadily rising in temperature, plenty of sunshine, sunny skies. We're going to see a light breeze, primarily at times out of the south. It's going to help usher in a lot of this warm air today, but humidity will remain at comfortable levels. We're tracking a very warm day today. Rain returns by Tuesday evening. We're going to break down the timing of that. And then we're tracking a couple frost and freeze chances for later in the week behind the cold front that arrives Tuesday evening. Your foliage report showing that we have plenty of color locally across the North Country and the Mohawk Valley. All of the Mohawk Valley and points northward are now nearing peak. We're at peak across much of the North Country, and then even where we have some areas labeled as past peak, there's still plenty of color showing up in places such as Lake Placid. We have a large area of high pressure continuing to sit just off the Carolina coast, and it's driving in very, very warm air. I have this long loop stopping at Tuesday at 4 p.m., and that's about when we're expecting the arrival of these rain showers associated with a cold front to make their arrival in central New York. We're going to see some scattered thunderstorms and widespread rain Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. Dry weather on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and similar to yesterday, we have the same setup, a large area of high pressure spinning warm, sunny conditions up into central New York. Today on the Skycast, very, very, very clear. There's almost no clouds showing up on here. Plenty of sunshine, highs in the low 80s, upper 70s for the North Country and southern tier. Tonight, not too chilly at all. Lows only in the mid to upper 40s for the North Country, upper 40s to low 50s for Utica and Rome. Tomorrow, another very warm day with temperatures in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. And then as we head towards Tuesday, this cold front begins to approach. By Tuesday afternoon, we begin to see some chances for rainfall, and keep an eye out for a couple of scattered thunderstorms. Again, these widespread storms or widespread rainfall overspreads the region Tuesday evening, overnight into Wednesday morning. A look at your 7-day forecast. Beautiful weather continues into the start of the week, but we finally get the long-awaited widespread rainfall we've been looking for Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. First half of Tuesday is looking dry. These are going to arrive in the afternoon. Wednesday, mostly cloudy, and then much clearer, cooler conditions settle in to end the week. Much more fall-like weather. We're not going to be back up into the 80s for quite some time, I think, unfortunately. And yes, Katrina, any guess what the average high is for October 5th?
So let's see. It's October 5th. Like, I would imagine the average high would be maybe in the 60s. So let's go with B, 15.
It's 62, so you're close. It's 20 degrees. We're almost 20 degrees above, which is really, really impressive to me.
It is very.
Today's average high is 62 degrees. I actually think we could even get to 83, 84 if things really stay very dry. It's very impressive that we're that far.
It's so interesting because, again, you look at file video of events that happen this time of year, and people are bundled up, and it's like it's still shorts and flip-flop
I do want to add
weather.
the record high, 86 degrees. We should not get to that.
We're not hitting that.
No.
Okay. Thank you so much, James. Well, one more day to check out the glorious Trenton Falls. Brookfield Energy owns the property. They say the trails are open today till 5. There's a primary stone dust trail leading to Trenton Falls Hydro Dam Overlook, or the wood mulch trails, offering scenic vistas along the gorge. Snap a picture and send it to us if you go. We'd love to see it. Dogs are not allowed. We do have the address if you need to put it in your GPS, WKTV.com. City of Little Falls hosts. Welcome back, and thank you once again for joining us for this half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith. I'll get you over to the Weather Center with meteorologist James DeFazio, who is talking about these just unseasonably high temperatures and just gorgeous weather that won't stop.
It just keeps on coming, and it's fantastic weather to get out and do leaf peeping. There's a ton of fall outdoor activities and festivals today, and the weather is cooperating, and then some. It may even be, I know some people are actually messaging me and saying that it's going to be too warm today, but yes, we're going to be all the way up into the low 80s. It's going to be a great day to get out and get up into the North Country. There's a lot of color north of Utica. We're nearing peak across the Adirondacks. We're a little bit past peak up in the high peaks of the Adirondacks. Nearing peak across the Mohawk Valley, a mix of reds and greens across Utica. Mostly sunny skies to begin the day in downtown Utica, and that is going to be the story of the day. Blue skies, sunshine, and warm weather around the state. Sun, 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 and it is going to stay that way. We warm all the way up into the low 80s this afternoon. Coming up, we're going to break down when rainfall finally makes its return to the forecast. Katrina?
Thank you so much, James. Well, Friday was supposed to...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. Tracking another sunny day across Central New York. Although it's going to be very warm, unseasonably warm, about 20 degrees above average with highs in the low 80s. Take a look at downtown Utica, where it's hard to find a cloud, and that's going to be the story of the day today. Widespread sunshine, very, very warm temperatures, and very, very unseasonable conditions for early October. This is more late summer weather than early or mid-fall. We're up to 61 degrees with sunny skies at Griffiths and Rome, and we're going to have a bit of a southerly breeze today, which is going to help usher in some of the just warmer air. But overall, humidity-wise, we should stay relatively comfortable today. It's going to be a very warm day today. Again, about 20 degrees above average with highs in the low 80s in the mid-afternoon. Rain makes its return by Tuesday evening. We're tracking a cold front to cross through Tuesday into Wednesday. We're also keeping an eye on the chance for frost and freeze for Wednesday night and for Thursday night. This area of high pressure continues to spin in warm air into central New York through Monday, and then this cold front begins to approach during the day on Tuesday. By Tuesday evening, the showers and storms begin to approach from the west, and they quickly overspread central New York for the entirety of the evening. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is quiet, dry, and it will stay that way today and through the day on Monday as well. This large area of high pressure continues to spin warm, sunny, moist air, I should say warm, sunny, dry air into central New York. But we are going to see things moisten up as that cold front begins to approach during the day on Tuesday. Today, though, almost no clouds showing up on Skycast or outside. Very warm with temperatures all the way up into the low 80s. Tonight, relatively mild, no frost risk. Lows in the low lows in the mid to upper 40s across the North Country, low to mid 50s across the Mohawk Valley. Tomorrow, yet again, very warm, upper 70s to near 80 degrees with widespread sunshine. As we head into Tuesday, that cold front begins to approach from the west. We're dry to start the day. Clouds begin to increase during the afternoon. A couple of thunderstorms embedded with this line of showers that's going to overspread central New York Tuesday evening. We're not anticipating any severe weather at this time, but a couple rumbles of thunder, a couple of downpours, and some widespread heavy rain for all of Tuesday into Wednesday. A look at your 7-day forecast. We start the week off very pleasant, very warm weather as well. Another very warm day tomorrow. Thunderstorms arrive by midday Tuesday, and it's a very rainy evening. Very much needed beneficial rainfall Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. Drier, cooler, much more fall-like weather settles in for the remainder of the week and the beginning of next weekend. This blew my mind. I feel really old. I remember the first one, and I was like, I looked it up today. I'm like, how many have there been? You know, there's one this morning. Like, how many could there have been? I cannot believe that there have been over 50 of them. I believe today is the 53rd game played internationally. But they started this in 2007,
right?
Playing in the stadium that they're playing today, and I feel really old.
Where's today's game?
Wembley in London.
Oh,
yes.
Very cool. I love that you just put the answer up because you knew I had no idea.
Well, I'm just gonna humble myself here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Thank you, James.
I feel old.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Well, let's move right along. It looks like some secrets are just too good to keep, so we'll have that story for you right after the break.
Meteorologist James DeFazio in the Weather Center. My goodness, what a gorgeous day
Yeah.
we had, but my goodness, it was hot. I saw that
It's fair to call it hot for any time of the year. We got into the mid 80s.
And it broke a record in Syracuse. The record the record high in Syracuse was broken.
The record high in Syracuse was broken. Ours was not. In 1941, we had a record high of 89 degrees on this day, which is absolutely absurd. Thank God we didn't get to 89, but we did get up into the mid 80s. Many of us hit 85 degrees. Griffiths and Rome officially hit 84 degrees. We're beginning to cool down, but it's a very warm evening. We're seeing temperatures still in some areas in the low 80s. Most areas have now dropped at least into the upper 70s, and that slow decline overnight will continue, but we are going to see a relatively comfortable night. 81 degrees still at Griffiths and Rome with sunny skies. Temperatures have peaked, but again, we're still above 80 degrees, still very warm. This southerly breeze helping usher in very warm air. Tonight, it doesn't cool off a whole lot. It's a mild evening despite the clear skies. We don't have any frost risk. Lows are going to be in the low to mid 50s for Utica and Rome. Coming up, we're tracking a pattern change midweek. A cold front arrives and really brings a much different air mass to central New York and something we haven't seen quite much of, a little bit of rainfall. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much. It was a beautiful day for a bike ride.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday evening. It was a very, very warm day. I would say a hot day across central New York, especially definitely a hot day for the month of October. Highs were all the way up into the mid 80s with widespread sunshine. And we're going to continue to see unseasonably warm temperatures. Take a look at downtown Utica, where it's still beautiful and it's still warm. Temperatures are right around the 80-degree mark. And it's going to stay comfortable for the next several hours. Dry, mostly sunny conditions or mostly clear skies. Once the sun has fully set, we'll settle in for the evening. I'm tracking a couple of things. It's 81 degrees up at Griffiths and Rome. That's being aided from this light southerly breeze. The 7 mile per hour breeze out of the south has helped bring in warm air, and that will continue as we head into tomorrow as well. It will make for another hot day tomorrow. Not quite as hot, but we're still going to climb into the 80s tomorrow, highs in the low 80s. Rain returns on Tuesday. We're going to track that. It looks like a significant widespread rainfall finally. And then frost and freeze chances behind that as a much more fall-like air mass moves into central New York. We're tracking this cold front, which is not going to arrive until during the day on Tuesday. We have a couple of model discrepancies. This particular model has the front arriving a little bit earlier, showers arriving around 11 a.m. across central New York and continuing into the overnight. Showers end by 6 a.m. In that model. Our Skycast model indicates that the day is drier for a little bit longer and that showers arrive in the evening. Regardless, a widespread rainfall. No widespread rainfall on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Dry conditions continue through tonight and through Monday. Fortunately, that changes on Tuesday. This area of high pressure has helped spin in plenty of warm, sunny conditions, and that's going to continue yet again tomorrow. Tonight, temperatures are going to be relatively mild. We have no risk of frost. Lows tonight are going to be in the mid-40s across the North Country and the Southern Tier, low to mid-50s for Utica and Rome. Mostly sunny skies to entirely sunny skies yet again tomorrow, with highs in the low 80s, mid-70s for the North Country and Southern Tier. Tomorrow night, even more mild of a night. Even lows in the North Country are even in the low 50s. Upper 50s for lows ahead of the cold front in Utica and Rome as we get as a southwesterly breeze blows in ahead of this cold front. And then here comes the cold front. Our Skycast a little bit slower with its arrival time. It has it working into Oneida County around 4 p.m. as opposed to noon. But you can get the point here. We're going to see a widespread rainfall, scattered weak thunderstorms, some general thunder possible, and a widespread steady rainfall Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, dry conditions settle in after that widespread rainfall on Tuesday, but it comes with a bit of a cost. We settle back into fall-like temperatures. Temperatures are 62 degrees is exactly the average high for that day, so we're back to average. Chilly day on Thursday with highs only in the mid-50s. Dry weather continues into the weekend with highs in the low 60s. Frost and freeze chances both Wednesday and Thursday nights. Oh, wow, look at that. And look at that moonrise with that sun reflection in the back with the foliage. Man, it is just fantastic weather. If you're able to get out and look at any of the trees, we have plenty of color north and south of the valley.
Forecast tonight at 11. Meteorologist James DeFazio in the Weather Center. My goodness, it's still warm. I just went out just before the football game ended. It's still near October. It's
near record-breaking warm, and very close. I have behind me the New York State Mesonet map of high temperatures from today, and our local stations, Westmoreland and Herkimer, both hit 85 degrees. We also hit a high of 85 degrees at Griffith and Rome today. Our record high is 89 for this date, going back to 1941. However, if this were to have happened yesterday on the 4th, the record was 84 for the 4th, and the record for tomorrow is also 85. So it just goes to show you this is near record-breaking heat. And we continue to see mild conditions tonight. As Ben mentioned, temperatures are still very comfortable outside. We're in the upper 50s to low 60s across central New York. Very, very warm conditions for mid-October. Unfall-like weather. 55 degrees with clear skies, calm winds, and despite that combination, we're really not going to see temperatures fall too much. We're tracking a big change in the weather pattern to arrive during the day on Tuesday, and something else called rainfall is going to make its return to the forecast, and we're going to break that all down coming right up. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much. It was a beautiful day for a
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good late Sunday evening, early Monday morning to you. It was an extremely warm day across central New York, a hot October day with highs getting all the way up into the mid-80s. We had 85 degrees at Griffith and Rome, which would have tied a record if it were today. The record for today's high was 89 degrees. Monday's record high would have been 85. Take a look at downtown Utica, where conditions are beautiful, and we continue to see mild conditions. Looks like we're having an issue with the camera here. There we go. Now we're on the graphics. Taking a look at downtown Utica, where mostly clear skies have settled in and will continue to be clear for the entirety of the night tonight. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-50s for Utica and Rome. Overall, very, very mild. 55 degrees with clear skies. It's still comfortable outside. Calm winds, a dew point at 50, only a 5-degree difference between the temperature and the dew point, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. A hot day again tomorrow. Rain returns on Tuesday, and then frost and freeze chances arrive later in the week. With the dew point and the temperature getting relatively close to one another, we do expect some areas of patchy fog to develop in the usual locations by tomorrow morning. Looking at the bigger picture, we have high pressure in place through Monday, but then we have a cold front that approaches during the day on Tuesday, and it is going to bring us a significant, widespread, much-needed rainfall. This looks to arrive during the mid to late afternoon hours during the day on Tuesday, and rain continues steadily through the evening, through the overnight into Wednesday morning before drier conditions settle in. Dry weather continues on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar through Monday and through Tuesday morning, and then things begin to change. These really warm temperatures have been being brought in from a southerly flow from this area of high pressure off to our south. It's bringing clockwise winds around it, and it's drawing in a southerly breeze during the daytime, bringing in much warmer air. Taking a look at our skycast overnight tonight, again, it's a mild evening. Lows tonight aren't going to be too chilly. The North Country could get down into the upper 40s, but we're going to see primarily low 50s across central New York. Tomorrow, another very warm day for October. Highs in the low 80s, mid to upper 70s for the North Country, upper 70s for the southern tier. Tomorrow night, not nearly as cold as, again, extremely warm. Upper 50s to near 60 degrees for Utica and Rome, mid 50s for the North Country as southwesterly flow keeps us warm. That cold front looks to arrive during Tuesday afternoon, and then steady rainfall continues for all of Tuesday evening, all of Tuesday overnight, until Wednesday morning, and then we fully dry out. A look at your 7-day forecast. We finally go back to fall. We have one more summer-like day. On Tuesday, we change seasons. Much needed widespread rainfall on Tuesday. Then we enter more fall-like conditions. Dry weather settles in for the remainder of the week. Frost chances both Wednesday night and Thursday night.